when anyone asks me, who did you not have a chance to meet? I'd have to say Harpo, Groucho, Chico. You have to say the Marx Brothers. Because of, when you're a kid, you got into the Marx Brothers because they were so crazy. Because it was lunatic. It was so fast and so funny, and Groucho had this great sense of humor, and he was a wisecracker. I found myself, in high school and junior high saying things like, like he'd say to the wrong person. To my high school principal, who was this dowdy old woman, Mrs. Rittenhouse, won't you lie down? I mean, I would just, it was bad. And Harpo was, alongside Chaplin, one of the great silent comics. But how many of us, when we were kids, would look at each other and go, we'd make a googie, was I think the name of the character, the face that he made. And Chico was just this wisecracking guy that I knew from the street. So even as kids, you could relate to the lunacy and the gags and the speed. They didn't give you any chance to breathe. And it was vaudeville. You could see that, most of the movies were done on stage first. They tried them out on stage first before they'd commit them to film. So you could see that these things would work in a vaudeville house or on stage someplace. And that's what I love about them. They're very lively and so, they're just off just enough to love. I mean, moments I remember laughing at A Night at the Opera. The characters that they put themselves around were very smart. The pompous lead in the opera, Margaret Dumont, the scene on the boat, and Three Hard-Boiled Eggs. The stateroom scene is a block comedy scene. They always had something like that, besides whatever story they had. I remember that, and also there's a moment in Room Service, which is one of their later movies. It's just a little thing. Watch Harpo Marx eat off a plate. They're famished. They haven't eaten. They're starving. And Harpo eats like nobody has eaten. I've never seen anything like it in my life. I can't eat like this when I try to. And when we did Harry and Sally, there's a moment where Meg and I have to have this uncomfortable dinner and eat. And I was thinking of Harpo. And I said, well, I'll eat like Harpo. And he knew what I meant. And I tried to do as much as I could. And he just keeps hitting stuff off the plate. And it's hilarious because he's so hungry. And he picks small things to eat, not big things. And he just doesn't stop. It's just fantastic.